Hi and welcome back to the channel once again. Volvo time. Right, so if you haven't caught up with the last episode, we've been pretty busy. So, we'll run through what we found and what we're going to find. But first of all, to thank all the new subscribers that have come to the channel for this car. It boosts me to come and do more videos, obviously. But obviously having a following, your knowledge, there's so many people with more knowledge with these cars than me. This is my first one, so all the knowledge is so welcome. I'm learning away as I go with it. Massive thank you to Whiteland Restorations and Volvo. I know they've done quite a few shout outs to me and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. Volvo love is amazing and they're such great cars to work on. I'm really enjoying how far I've got so far. So, that being said, let's have a quick brew and let's work out, what's next. Right, what we found in the last episode was tops of these wings are rotten, worse than I thought. So, we need to address that, don't we? New parts day. Right, so we have a delivery from Brookhouse Volvo. We've ordered a few bits, so let's get stuck in and open them up. So first off, we've got a lower cowl panel. So, not entirely sure how this goes in. Looking at it, I think it does that. We've got enough to cut that off because that's part of the top wing. So, got that panel. So absolutely solid, really nice press in that. Really impressed. It's got classic Volvo parts. So that teamed with this bad boy. So we all know what this is. This is the top inner wing panel, which sits there and gets rid of all my rock. So this, I'm obviously going to use a bit off this panel, but it comes on there as well. So I want the structure from this. So we've got two panels there. That is so heavy. It's such an awesome bit of kit, that. So I really hope it fits nicely. And then a little bag of goodies here. So yeah, this is a fixing kit for the wings. Obviously, the bolt, a lot of them came out. I lost about 3, I think, in dismantling, but obviously thought I'd get a new set. So, oh, Haribo. Thank you very much, Brookhouse Volvo. Go very nice with my cup of tea, that. So we'll have them in a bit. And yeah, so basically just a full nut and bolt kit to hold all the front panel back on and the wings. So, nice little haul. Let's show you what we've got to deal with. So, in the last episode, we found out that both these inner wings are completely shot. The cowl panels are gone. That's my dashboard there. That's cardboard. But all these are really good and solid. There's no welding to them. Don't think they need any welding. They need a good clean up. I don't want to get involved with all posts, and it doesn't look like I have to. That being said, you can see how much metal is actually missing when you just look at this panel. So, if I just pick it up and we'll work our way together with it, it's yeah, you can kind of see, especially at the back. I don't even have that curve at the back there. So yeah, there's a lot of steel missing off this car. So I place that there. Have a sip of the tea. We've got to obviously work out how this goes together. I think I'm going to do this bit first. So I need to strip out a bit of the interior, which we'll do in this episode. I don't know how much work we're going to get done, but I want to kind of strip apart the car, learn my way with it, and I'd like to honestly some advice, really. This is my first time doing this, and it's the worst part of the car, really. The seals I've already got, they don't look too hard to do. The arches look pretty self-explanatory, and the rear panel is just looking an absolute pig because I'll probably have to do it on my back. But yeah, this is probably the hardest part to do with the car, and I want to get it right. So I've looked online. So, I'm part of a cracking little group for Volvo Amazon owners, and they've been a massive help, so you guys know who you are. From looking, I need to take measurements. I need to know the height, for one. And also, I've left my bonnet bang on where it was. So when I've done the minis, I've always tried to leave the bonnets where they are, because then you can put your wings back to where your bonnet went. So this bonnet and the strut lines were perfect, so I kind of want to keep that. So my plan is, I'm going to get this front panel fixed back on. Obviously it needs to come off and be prepped to paint, stuff like that. Put the front panel back on with my new fixing kit. So the bonnet opens and closes and it's exactly where I want it. And then I'm going to line the new panels up. So take my measurements, line the new panels up, and basically make sure that I retain the height from there. So I can't see, I think a seam sealer there, and I can kind of see a flange under all this dirt under here, and you can kind of see where it's rotted away. So I think that is this piece here. So it's got like a return lip on it. So I think that's what that is. So what we do is do same both sides, but main thing is let's get this back on, and the bonnet opening and closing, because then we know that's where it should be. Obviously remove that for getting the engine out, it was a lot easier. And then the same again here, you can kind of see just how much metal is missing, because yeah, it's just, yeah, it's not there. And the same again. But what we've done, so I've got loads of panels kicking around and stuff like that. We've ordered one side. These panels are really good quality. I'm really happy with them, so let's get stuck in. Before we do that, we're going to get to the inside, start dismantling. So I want to take this out. I've still got original rubber matting, which a lot of people are telling me is very, very hard to find. So I'd like to retain it. It's got a few marks on it and a few kind of wear marks. I think it's more cracks than anything, like where the heater is. Just there, you can probably just about see it. But we need to get this little glove box out, the door rubber and all this out of the way, just so we can get in there and remove all this cardboard trims, because I want to put all this back in, obviously. Right, let's get stripping. So after a bit of a stubborn screw there, you can see this car has been a bit damp, probably because of the amount of rock, the water coming inside the car. So this panel, it's got a few panel clips on it by the looks of it, but it should now come out of that gap, he says. There we go. So obviously it's a bit ruined at the bottom. So I really hope I can find a new one of these. So if anyone's got a second-hand one, or if you know if you can get these new, I'll do a bit of research obviously between this video probably going out, but this is a little bit damaged unfortunately. I could probably make it again, it's just getting that material. So we'll stick that just down there for now. Actually, we'll stick that just there for now, and then take a look at what we've got. So now I can actually see a little bit how the panel's going to go. So you just pull, got the aerial here, pull that back inside the car so that's out of my way when I'm working, and then I just need to, I think that's one big carpet clip, yep, right there. So I need to take the rest of this out of the way, but that's the carpet out of the way, so now I can see where the damage is and you can see where the water would have been coming in. The Volvo seam seal is mad, it's so good. So yeah, I can kind of see the panel a little bit more now, which is really helpful. So let's go and check it out from the other side and you'll see what I mean. I think that's sound deadening. Yeah, it is. So I'll take all that off and it'll probably help me remove the panel. It'll probably take the panel with it. But let me just get this out of the way. So there's two bolts that go into the battery tray, which I found out. So yeah, now you can see a big gaping hole into the workshop through there. You can also see the holes. I don't know if you can quite see that up there, guys. There's the hole that's in the back of the battery box, so obviously I want all this out of the way, all this carpet out of the way. These carpet clips seem to be pretty decent, they just pop out, they're rubber clips, good old Volvo. So yeah, there's a couple of holes in the back of that. This is still connected to the wiring on the speaker, my little single speaker. But yeah, this looks like it's all just sound deadening, so yeah, so I've got rid of the cardboard bit, which obviously was my internal trim, but then all of this looks like sound deadening, so. But yeah, start looking at the other side. So yeah, now you can clearly see, obviously, straight into the car there. But I've not got any interior and stuff like that in the way now. And it looks like, some lovely shiny white paint there. It does look like this panel, there's a flange here. So this new panel goes behind the doorpost. So correct me if I'm wrong, we're not going to get any welding done in this episode. I'm just trying to get my head around it all. And then obviously, so let me just grab the panel for reference. So it looks like this slides in the post, behind the post there, and then I can use this post, or I'll probably have to make this lip up, it's a bit too rusty, to plug weld into, and then I will cut at the top of this new panel, got that here, that line here, I'll get rid of that. I've obviously got that with the new the other panel, and then just put it in to that ledge. So from looking at other builds, that ledge normally rotten, and I'm not going to lie, I think mine's going to be similar. So what we'll do is clean back that, repair that lip, and then go from there. But I think if I can get these in, it's obviously a massive chunk of it done, isn't it? And then once I've got this back to the height I need, and judging by that, that's the line I use that sits on there. Because you can kind of see that profile kicking out, which is that profile there. So I'm hoping it's going to go well. What the heck? I think we should get the grinder out. I feel confident. Let's do it. So you saw me there, used my new fixing kit, got the front panel in, look at that, shiny new things. And I've connected the bonnet release back up, so now the bonnet closes as it should and comes down. So my next kind of idea is I'm going to measure from inner wing to inner wing, take like 3 measurements, one at the front, one at the back, one in the middle or something. And then also maybe measure the height. I don't think that really matters. I think just make sure that panel is the same as that one, but make sure they're the same distance apart, obviously, so I get the shut lines right. But yeah, I think plan of action, now I've got that in place, I can line everything up, and then I think that comes out first and we get this cowl panel in, because I think having that piece cut out and then another structural piece kind of back in will hold all of this up. Not that I think Volvo is going to fall apart, it's not like that. Once I've done all this, obviously way down the line, we'll clean this all completely back, we'll wire wheel the hell out of it. But yeah, I'd like to get this panel cut out, I think, and then I can see what I'm working with. So, while I enjoy my Haribos, why not consider subscribing to the channel? I'm really pumped to be starting this car, it's my dream car, I cannot wait to get stuck into it. So please consider subscribing if you want to follow along with this build. If you're here for the minis, obviously we've all got that content constantly going, and obviously we want to move on to other cars. So please consider subscribing. Thank you for everyone that has really got stuck in and followed this build. Also, while you're in the description below, why not check out both our sponsors. We've got Minimine, a classic mini part specialist. There's a discount code for them and all the bits and pieces down there. Also, Frost Restoration, where we're going to have to hammer products and whatnot to get this car sorted. I cannot wait to be at the point where we can go into Frost, to the new restoration warehouse, and buy loads of underside protection for this car. Stay tuned, guys. Thank you for watching. So I've been playing about a little bit with some various tools, and look at this. That is a really nice seam, shiny Volvo original paint. Look at that. See the beautiful spot welds. All of this looks really nice in here, so we're going to continue to work with that. But obviously I'm trying to just get this seam out, and then obviously I'll clear all this, the undersill off there, because we're going to replace this top piece and replace this piece, but then this piece is staying, so I want to preserve that. But now I can kind of see what I need to do. So there is a lip just there, and from looking at it, people weld back to that lip or remake this lip, but for me that's a water trap, so I'm quite tempted to butt it completely up to that. But wherever work. But next point of call is going to get a little bit more off there, just to reveal this seam, and then we'll get cutting. Right guys, I'm absolutely covered in Christ knows what, dirt, undersill and everything, but let's check it out. Made my first big cut, quite happy. I think it's savable. Well, it's nothing like working on a late Mini, so I'm quite happy with it. So let's get stuck in and see what I found. So you saw me cut out kind of the worst of it, and then what I've done off camera is I've just trimmed back that ledge all the way up there. So there is a little piece missing there, which I'll make up, it's not a problem. But this all looks really decent. And this is absolutely dead solid. And I'm really shocked, like all the floor in here is really decent. All this is decent. It all just needs a good clean up. So I've just got to make a little piece for there. And then kind of investigate a bit more. Gonna have a proper dig around here. It feels decent, like solid. I've gone over it with a wire wheel. So what I need to do is just work out what to do next. So I'm obviously new to restoring Amazons. Yeah, I never thought I'd own the car, let alone be able to restore one. So I think I know what I'm going to do with this, but we'll work it out. I've looked at a few build threads. I've looked at some other builds that kind of done it. And it looks like this panel tucks behind this. I'm not sure. Or sits on top of it. I can't quite work it out. It's quite corroded. So, but that aside, I've actually seen it on quite a lot of builds now where they trim obviously this away and stuff like that, and you tidy it all up, make a new piece if you need to, and then when they put this new panel in, they actually seam weld it down there. I'm edging towards that, just purely because I think it'd be stronger and you get rid of that seam where the rust is formed. But obviously, use your imagination a little bit. We're going to chop it there because this is replicated on the other panel. But that ain't too shabby. Once that's pulled tight on there, quite happy with it. So we've got loads of trimming to do. Make this piece up, work out a plan with that. So quite happy. We finally got going with the Amazon. So I'm not going to touch this bit yet. I want to get this bit done and work my way up basically. And then I know I've got a solid base to work from. So yeah, really happy. The floor's good as solid around here that I found so far. I pulled up all this sound deadening and it's fine. It's a bit weird. It's quite odd. No, it's surface rust, but it's so thick. I'll obviously investigate it a little bit more, but yeah, I'm pretty happy at that. So I'm gonna have to pull some material out in the next episode, just, you know, to protect it. I don't want to ruin it. And yeah, quite happy. I made my first cuts. So if you're here for the Volvo Amazon content, please just consider subscribing. I'm obviously stuck into this. I'm balancing it between the Minis and stuff like that. But I'm really happy. I'm building one of my dream cars, which I'm I'm buzzing about. So I hope you can respect that, guys, especially if you're here for the Minis. Well, we'll be doing both. But yeah, thank you for everyone that has subscribed for the Volvo Amazon. We have recently hit 6,000 subscribers as well, which is epic. Can't thank you enough for that. So if you haven't already, I still have a ridiculous amount of viewers not subscribed. Please smash that subscribe button because it massively helps me out. It allows me to keep this kind of thing going. It allows me to keep pushing with these projects. So please consider subscribing, guys. So what's next? I'm going to trim that back, tidy back, like I say. And we'll get stuck into that in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Please consider subscribing to the channel like mentioned. Give this video a thumbs up, comment below. And yeah, hopefully next episode we can get a welding on this car, which will be absolutely epic. So we're going to build our way up to a solid car. Catch you later.